Am I the a-hole for refusing a wedding even when my mom offered to pay? My wife 25 VAF and I 27 eloped about a month ago after being engaged for 7 months. We had talked a lot about what we wanted, and while neither hated the idea of a wedding, we had our own reasons for preferring to avoid it. For my wife, she has a lot of interfamily conflict on her side, and didn't want the pain of choosing who to invite in order to minimize any potential bad behavior and issues for us. For me, it was also family related but more the expectations. My mom remarried when I was 19 more than 15 years after my dad died, and she became a stepmom of several very young kids all under 8 at the time. While I get along okay with the steps, I don't have a close relationship with them. But I knew they would want to be included in the wedding in some way, and I knew my mom would want them to be treated like my siblings. I knew her husband was almost definitely going to expect that they would be treated as if they were my blood siblings I was raised with. I knew I didn't want to do this, especially in terms of groomsmen, women, and so eloping felt like the best way to avoid conflict from that. After we got back, I realized how right I was, because 3 of the kids had expected to be bridesmaids and groomsmen, and had looked at outfits or practiced even though I never asked or even mentioned this. My mom was upset when we announced we had gotten married. She asked about a wedding, and I told her we felt it was better for us to elope. I said it saved us a lot of money and time. She told me she always wanted to see me get married. Then she offered to pay for us to have a real wedding. I told her it was a kind offer but not needed. She told me it would mean so much to everyone, and the kids could be in the wedding like they wanted. She could see me get married and we'd all be together as a family to celebrate, and it's what they wanted the most. She told me her husband was even willing to pitch in. Again, I said no thank you, and my mom told me I should at least consider it and ask my wife. She told me we denied ourselves a wedding when we got married, but there's no reason to when all expenses would be paid. Her husband suggested I do it for the kids who were really hurt when I got married, and didn't include them in it at all even though they had really wanted to be involved. So am I the a-hole here?
Here are the top comments.
Not the a-hole. You had the wedding you wanted. It's understandable that family may be a bit upset at not seeing this, but it's not about them. And it's presumptuous for them to assume your step-siblings would be in the wedding party without asking.
Not the a-hole. If they want to pay, why not have a big party? That way you can still have a big celebration, but not have to worry about a ceremony or groomsmen and bridesmaids, etc.
Not the a-hole, you did have a wedding. It looks like you made the right choice. Tell mom and stepdad that they can have a vow renewal ceremony and let all the kids participate. Tell the kids they'll forget about your wedding and start on bugging parents.
Not the a-hole. Her argument is basically do it for me and for these stepkids you met about 8 years ago even though you didn't grow up with them. Nah, hard pass.